Yes, everybody, you don't know. It's another amazing Sunday. And from your ear device, you don't know it's Zane alongside the people's favorite.
Yo, peeps, what go on? A JRP in the place, you know.
Yeah, people, I make them know say it's another episode of the last of the real.
Indeed.
JRP is a great Sunday, boy. Great Sunday.
It's always a great Sunday when Arsenal win and Manchester United lose or draw.
True. And with that said, people, you don't know, we're going to just jump right into the roundup of the Premier League fixtures. We're going to kick it off still with Newcastle and Wolves.
Your boy Eddie O.
Yeah, tell you, finally find back a win them. But
you suggested last week that change up top, bring in Isak and put Wilson on the bench, and so said it. Isak got that all important goal.
Yeah, man. And he was exceptional as well. Right?
Yeah. Good performance by him. Standout
performance. Look like Eddie O did I listen to the podcast, you know.
I could see him say, you know, he can thank us in the press conference.
Definitely. But my question is, you think Pope was lucky with the Jimenez penalty claim? Or you think Jimenez did a try by a penalty? To me, it was a 50-50, honestly. It could have gone either way.
That's the word I'm looking for, 50-50. It could have gone either way.
But, you know, with how the law is set right now, I think Pope was lucky with that one.
Yeah, count your blessings and move on.
Yeah, man. Rash decision. But in the game still, you know, there were some excellent free kicks by both teams and some super saves by both goalies.
Like, both teams came out and played some really good football.
Yeah, man. Both teams were definitely looking for the win. Nobody was sitting back. And another thing is both subs were very impactful.
Yeah, both sub came on and was very impactful on the match day. One of the players for Newcastle that stand out as well was Willock.
Yeah, man, definitely have to mention.
He had a solid game, and now we can see why Eddie will keep trusting him and starting him in the starting 11.
Yes, he deserves his place. After a performance like this, he deserves his spot. But
like I said, back to winning ways for Newcastle. Now it's to push on and stay in that European spot.
Yeah, because the ball is in their court now. No,
the ball is in their court.
They are
in the
two games
position
with two games in hand.
Mm-hmm.
So
they can make it.
Yeah, man, they can definitely make it. And Champions League is looking them right in the face.
Right in the face.
You know, like I said, the ball is in their court. But we could move from Newcastle and look at the West Ham Aston Villa game. Because Watkins scores again. And
this is what, 8 from 8?
Yeah. And this was his first attack and first touch.
Yeah. And what was Liam Bailey doing?
I was just about to say, your boy again.
Yeah. I mean, Liam Bailey has been really poor this season, you know.
Inconsistent, more like it. 1 minute exceptional, next minute gone.
And I saw stats. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I can't believe he has been substituted or come on as a sub that many times.
Really?
For Aston Villa. Yeah, I would have to get those stats again and share it. But this was another poor performance by him, and plus he gave away a penalty.
Yeah, man. And the game, there was chances at both end enough. Any team that really wanted it could have grabbed this one.
This was Aston Villa's game to win.
Yes, I agree.
They let him back West Ham with stupidness from Bailey.
And West Ham really needed the win, you know, because they're now in 17th place, only 2 points off the bottom.
And going back to Aston Villa, this is a part of the game that they have to fix. For far too often, they are in a winning position, but Aston Villa always tend to make mistakes letting their opponents. Always tend to do something stupid around the back.
Yeah.
And in this match again, that's what happened with that clumsy penalty.
I guess it was the weekend for clumsy penalties and clumsy tackles.
I guess I could say that.
But I could slide and look into Manchester United Southampton game, no?
Warpos couldn't break that record today, but
my gosh, man. And the free kick that he got that clipped the bar.
Inches.
It was inches, man.
Inches.
Excellent free kick.
So basically, the talking point of this match was Casemiro.
Yeah. You think that red card was justified or not?
Yes, it was an awful tackle.
It was.
Is the thing about it, even though he won the ball, his studs was showing.
His studs was showing and his foot was basically over the ball.
Yeah, that was... Casemiro is not that player that have no sort of intention to hurting any other players, but it was an awful tackle, a reckless tackle that deserved the red card. In real life, he didn't look it.
Right.
He didn't look it.
But once VAR investigate and you saw slow action.
And to me, VAR made the right decision for both calls, because especially the one for the penalty.
Yes.
That wasn't a penalty for me.
No, I agree. That was not a penalty.
Yeah.
And this was another game, that was dominated by some great save and some end-to-end play. Yes,
from both sides. Southampton, the traveling side didn't look scared at all. They came out and played.
That was the surprise, because I thought after Manchester United won quite convincingly in midweek, this was a formality that they would roll over Southampton.
Yeah. So this is a much needed point by Southampton. They're on 22 points. Leeds is just 1 point ahead of them, and then there's Bournemouth on 24 points. The relegation battle is getting very heated.
Yeah, man. I mean, we've been saying it, from 12 all the way down is in trouble. So nobody's safe. But
no one is safe.
My question is, what happened to Manchester United's title charge?
Simple. They choke.
Right now, to how things are playing out, if Newcastle can start going again, Liverpool and Tottenham, third place might be under threat.
Yeah, like I said, Manchester United is showing just sign of, you could say they are choking. Because on 2 occasions they were basically in the title race.
Yes.
And now that they are just way off.
Yeah, definitely.
And Tottenham is not far behind either.
Yeah, I mean, from 4th, 5th, and 6th are close enough to Manchester United to grab them back.
Yeah.
But we could slide away from Manchester United and look at our game now. Now, first thing, first half, excellent performance. But I want to know, that first goal, do you think that was offside, or you think they have to go ultra zoom again to see that?
They went ultra zoom and show us that it was actually offside. It was by the smallest of margins.
Bro, I think that was millimeters, to be honest.
Yeah. But couple minutes later, Gabriel scored the goal.
And you know what? I must applaud Trossard, because this is Trossard had what? 3 assists, first half assists.
Yeah. 3 first half assists.
The last player that did that was Cesc Fabregas. I think it was 09.
I think it was something like that. He was brilliant on the day.
Yeah, man.
Only thing that was needed was a goal.
That is it. But
it was a good all-round performance, but there was still some lacks of concentration and some guilty players that should have scored as well. Like Granit Xhaka was in a great position to score.
Yes.
Martinelli himself was in a good position to score as well.
Yes.
Saka was off the ball today.
Again,
Gabriel Jesus is finally back. He was in a good position to score as well, but We leave that to rustiness.
Yes, we'll leave that to rustiness. I mean, at times, it was champion football, But
yes,
like
at
you
times.
said, I guess basically in the second half, all these failure to score was after the game had won, and it's like they took their foot off the gas.
Yeah. And again, the unsung hero have to be Gabriel. He kept Mitrovic very silent.
Very quiet. Yeah, very quiet.
There was nothing threatening that Fulham did. They came close in the second half from a Bobby Reed hitting the post.
Yes. But
apart from that, there was nothing else.
No, it was basically routine. And the good thing is we're still 5 points clear, and that's another game in the bag.
Yes, Fulham will now have to bounce back. They have a very poor record against the top 6 team.
Yes.
And next week they're coming up against Liverpool away. Possible. Well, with Liverpool, I never know what can happen.
That's the problem. You can never tell.
All in all, it was a routine performance by Arsenal, and it was good to see that the game was wrapped up and the substitute players came on and gave a good account of themselves as well.
And that is what I like. Arteta was able to rest certain players for midweek fixture. But
that's a must win.
That's a definitely must win. Now the team that's chasing us down, everybody's favorite to win, Manchester City. Now they took on a Crystal Palace that honestly they were very resolute.
Yeah, they held their own until Erling Haaland showed up.
I mean, he was poor up until the penalty.
Up until the penalty, yeah.
Yeah, he was very, very poor.
I think he was one of the poorest players over the weekend.
Yeah, man.
And that's surprising from him.
That is it. And that penalty, it was so unfortunate.
Uh-huh.
It looked more like a slip, Olise slip, instead of a bad tackle.
Instead of a bad tackle.
Yeah, it looked like a slip.
And this is what is heartbreaking at times. Crystal Palace was resolute. When you look at it in fairness, they should have gotten a point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely should have gotten a point because City didn't deserve or do enough to win, basically.
No, they didn't. It was pretty much a lukewarm performance.
Yeah, I mean, apart from, say, the first 5 minutes where they tested Gaeta and he made some excellent saves, apart from that, Crystal Palace basically held them at bay.
Yeah, the two standout players were Grealish, Rodri had a good game.
Yeah,
I could say Nathan Ake, he was solid as well.
Yes,
he's not consistent.
Yes, Nathan Ake had a good game.
Yeah, but apart from that, it was not one of those City performances that took your breath away.
No, none at all. And the good thing is, after Arsenal saw this performance and City closed the gap, Arsenal were able to come out and deliver that performance we just spoke about.
They responded well.
No, our fiercest rivals, Spurs, they took on a Nottingham Forest that, they've been in need of some points as well, but Spurs finally bounced back after being knocked out of 2 competitions in 2 weeks.
The
FA Cup and Champions League.
That is a story of Spurs for the last 5 years or even decade.
Or even longer.
The dynamic duo, Batman and Robin turn up.
Yes.
Possibly one of the greatest goal scorer in EPL history, Harry Kane, he delivered. They got the win against Nottingham Forest. Last week when you were looking at this match, you said, this is not the side that Nottingham Forest want to play right now.
Yeah, no.
Show it.
And the thing is, too, after the controversy with Richarlison in midweek, he gave that interview, he came out and actually played really, really well.
And what is the issue? You think Richarlison just need more game?
I think so. Because he had scored a brilliant goal, but it was ruled out for offside.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to see a Richarlison that was doing great at Everton still doesn't have a goal for Spurs.
When you look at it in Zayn, they both Tottenham made investment in signing the likes of Richarlison. They bring in Bissouma as well.
I mean,
both as
they
yet
said they won the market, right?
Yeah, both as yet to deliver.
True.
Bissouma is out injured. They're expecting him to come back in sometime in April. So that's pretty much when the season coming to a close. And Richarlison haven't scored a goal as yet.
No. While Tottenham were convincing in the win, Forest were really poor and very sloppy because this is the second week in a row that they've conceded a penalty.
Yeah.
And you cannot do that in this league and expect to stay up, especially when you are only 4 points off the bottom of the table.
The good thing is, I don't know how much of a good thing is this is, they're in 14th position. The other thing is that their next match is against Newcastle.
Yeah.
I don't see them winning that one.
No, neither do I.
But the most they can do is possibly get a point and recover. So they're not at the foot of the table. They're in 14, but they don't want to get dragged onto this fight because they have been doing all of the hard work to push away from the pack.
That is it. And the thing is, speaking of hard work, when you have players like Ayew, right?
Uh-huh.
To me, that was the second worst penalty of the week.
Uh-huh.
Right? You get a lifeline. You're fighting to stay up in the league. When you get a penalty like that, you have to take it. Right? You see, Ben Rama's penalty, that was convincing. Hurricane's penalty, convincing. Right? Even Haaland's penalty was convincing.
And then even when you see Tony stepped up for Brentford, his penalties are always convincing.
Mm-hmm. But, I mean, like you said, the best Nottingham Forest can do, hopefully they get a draw from Newcastle game and move on.
Simple as that.
Another team that was kind of poor this weekend, Leicester City. It's like Chelsea get another win and they seem to be moving in the right direction now. But Leicester had too many chances to let this game slip away from them. Especially Dewsbury Hall.
They didn't have a bad game, And like I said, especially Dewsbury Hall, they didn't. They actually were playing.
They were playing, but the chances missed, man.
And this is what happened in football. When you miss chances, you will suffer the consequences.
Yes.
And rightfully so, that happened. Chelsea deserved this win. This is another win by them. And they're slowly building some sort of momentum going forward.
And you know what's crazy? Even with another win, they're rooted in 10th spot.
It will take some time for them to get up to the table because, the early part of the season, we could say that they were slacking off.
Yes. And in fairness, they're not really far from 7th.
No, they're not. If they continue this and depends on what the likes of Brentford and Fulham and Brighton doing, they can easily leapfrog them and they're right back into the mix.
Right back in the mix. Now, did you see the Mudryk celebration? Because Mudryk thought he had scored, And he had a very long celebration. No, seriously, after a celebration like that, turn around and see the offside flag. That was demoralizing.
Very.
Speaking of demoralizing, it's another red card for the Leicester City defender, Fass.
His teammate wasn't even challenging the ref.
Bro, this man either scores own goals or gets red cards.
Yeah. If you look at this, none of his teammates came over and said anything.
Because they knew it was a bad challenge.
Yeah, it was a bad challenge. And that is, could you say letting his teammate down?
Yes.
They were already losing, but
But
It doesn't speak well for his record.
It's still letting your teammates down, especially when your Premier League season is full of own goals and red cards. It doesn't bear well.
And especially when you need your best players around in time like these. Because they're not far off from relegation.
No, they've been dragged right back down into the mix. 2 points off the bottom of the table. But a team, though, that's fighting to get out of the bottom, Everton. Can you believe they beat Brentford this weekend?
Can't believe this.
Bro, it was Dyche ball at its finest.
I didn't expect this. Well done to McNeil. He is the player that is on form.
That was a stunner, 40 seconds in. I guess it's a trend we'll be seeing from now on, quick starts to Premier League games.
It's disappointing to all the front players for Brentford City.
Yeah, man. They weren't at the races today. None at all.
They weren't at the races, yeah. And they have 2 back-to-back away games. Is this a trend? We didn't see them losing against Everton side because we know when Brentford playing, especially away, they apply this wing back system that work effectively well for them.
Yes, and they have been really, really good in our way. I think this is the first defeat in 23 games.
Yeah, I think it's something like that with the away record. So this is not a joke side when it come out to playing away football. But like I said, their front 3 were poor on the day.
Yeah, man.
Especially Tony was the poorest of them all.
I agree with that, man, because he got a chance to score a header where I don't know if he was trying to buy a penalty, trying to score. He just looked confused at that point. But
you can only hope that they will bounce back in their next match against Southampton. It might be a tricky one because Southampton got a point and they're fighting for their life.
Exactly. And with this win, Everton, they may definitely just avoid relegation. But next up for them is Chelsea.
Ooh.
Not a tricky game.
I mean, it rather suck when you get a win as a side that is in relegation or in the lower half of the table, and their next opponent is a side that is building farm.
Yes. Such is the league, though.
Such is the league. Such is the beauty of it.
No. We have Leeds versus Brighton.
Had Brighton winning, but it was share of the spoils.
So did I. And they actually dominated. They dominated the attacking possession. Yeah. But they just couldn't find the win.
Couldn't find the win. Bramford. Wow. Bramford sounds like a stranger these days.
I mean, it's in 1 minute and out the next.
Yes, yeah, Bramford and Harrison, two of the names that we had called regular in past season who normally turn up this time and score.
But Harrison scored at both ends, Unfortunate goal, but that goal, that screamer at the end.
That's him. And this is a guy that is in farm, him can score on both sides.
and the crazy thing, when he scored that goal, Brighton tried to claim that there were 2 balls on the field.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, the second ball came onto the field after the penalty had been taken.
I mean, the goal stand.
Focus on what you're doing.
For mutual fans, it was a good performance. It's fair to say share of the spoil. And Brighton side, McAllister, wow.
Yeah.
Top form again.
Top form.
The Mr. Man that have a degree in dribbling. This guy seems to can have a poor game these days.
Looks like it. I mean, he's been on a really hot run of form.
Really hot run, but fair play to both teams.
Yeah, man. I guess in the end of the day, a draw was well deserved by both.
Was well deserved.
Now the thing is with Leeds, Leeds needs to start winning because they've dropped right back down into the mix of it.
Their next opponent is Wolves.
That's another team that anything can happen.
I can't really call this one, but Brighton will go up against Crystal Palace. I'm leaning more to Brighton winning that one.
Yes, same here. Same here. Attacking wise, they're just too much.
And like I said, yeah, agree.
No, this is a team that looks like they used up all of their goals last weekend. Liverpool. Liverpool beats Manchester United 7-0 and then turns up to get beat 1-0 by Bournemouth.
And it was that guy again.
Billing.
Yes, Billing with that late run into the box.
This is what, 2 goals in 2 weeks.
Yeah, back-to-back goals scoring against top 6 opponents. And he's their leading goal scorer for the season so far.
Now, you know what's funny? I heard the commentators said this is a better start than Arsenal. But guess what? End of the day, it's a worse result.
It is a worse result. When you look at Brighton or their lineup, Bournemouth, sorry about that. They are so negative in their lineup, in their formation.
Yes. 5 at the back.
Yes.
Holding. Yeah, they're very, very negative.
And they're playing one striker up top, and then Billings, you could say, playing that number 10 role behind the striker. And Solanke not doing much.
No, because, you one up front, it's going to be a rough day at the office.
So basically, all they're doing is giving their wide players, what's that wide player name? Otara, something like that. Yes, he has space. So what he'll do is bomb down that wing and squaring that ball. And then
he should have scored,
He should have. But if we take it back to last week, right? What let Brighton down, Bournemouth, I keep saying Brighton. What let Bournemouth down, is their lack of quality.
Yes. And it's the same thing again.
It was the same thing in this week game, but disappointed by Liverpool because I asked Zane if Liverpool is back. I said, scoring 7 goals, you have to say that they're back.
You had to. A performance like this, though, makes you wonder for real.
Yeah.
Bournemouth was the most dominant team in the first half, Like we said, they could have scored 3.
It sucked. And maybe if they had scored 3, it would work out far much better for them, because when they won that match, they were up to 16 position.
Wow.
That's it. And if they had won last week, they would have been up to 16 position. So if they have won this week, they would have possibly break into the top 12.
You see?
But based on all the other teams around them performance, they drop right back to 18 position.
Now, talk about the worst penalty or the second worst penalty. The worst penalty was the biggest shock of the weekend. Mohamed Salah. This is probably the worst penalty of the season, honestly.
That was embarrassing. Your team needed that goal. Your team needed that point. This could have been a share of the spoil. This could have even possible push Liverpool to win this match.
Yeah. Listen. The penalty was so bad, it missed by a mile. The keeper went the wrong way. Everything was in Salah's favor. And
this is the one guy I could say, you bet your house on, you bet your car on, you bet your salary on.
You'd be homeless walking to work and working for no money right now.
What is really going on with Liverpool? Who knows?
I guess some time will tell.
They have Real Madrid next in the Champions League. Not seeing them winning that one.
No, neither can I. I can't see them overturning that.
Bournemouth travel to Aston Villa. I'm favoring Aston Villa to win that one.
Yeah. And we know what Villa is like, so the wise money is on Villa. But
if Bournemouth can continue doing what they do against Arsenal and Liverpool, Aston Villa can be in trouble.
Yeah, man, you never know. But all in all, still not. The weekend was full of high tempo games, some great saves.
Entertaining stuff.
Yeah, man. In the Manchester United game alone, I get the woodwork was hit like 4 times. It was a really entertaining weekend overall.
Yeah.
No, anybody don't get to see any of the games this weekend, definitely check out the podcast for a rundown, man. We don't miss nothing. And if there's anything that you think we missed, or
just let me know.
Never touch, yeah, just leave it in the comments. Let us know.
We get to it.
Right? Hit us up. But JRP, it's boiling down in a man. I tell you, the title race I get hot.
Arsenal just need to continue doing what they're doing.
That is
and the title will be ours. And the gang is getting back together with the injured players.
Exactly. Now, real quick before we leave, you seen where the FA was thinking about charging Arsenal for the celebration last week?
Yeah, we saw that, and you know what? Whether they want to charge, whether they want to drop it, who cares?
Who cares? Who cares? All I'm saying is, next time Klopp run onto the field and jump on Arsenal, make sure you charge him too. Yeah, man. Make it be fair all around. You understand?
Impossible. It won't be that.
Won't be that. But people, again, let us know, how did your team get on? You know, who do you think is making Europe? Who's the money on getting relegated? All of these questions, man. Just let us know.
Who will be the top scorer? I guess we already know that.
Yeah, that's basically a formality right there, you know? 28 already. But people, you don't know, Azane and JRP from the last of the real. I say everybody, walk good.
And good up, follow you.
Until then, we're out.
We out.